When I was much younger than you all are here today, my elderly parents or my relatives were telling me, things were done differently in those days. Different things, different item, different stories and so on. So I thought to myself, someone ought to record all this down. And I did. That's when BruneiResources.com started. I practically put up everything that I could find. I put it up in my blog, I put it up on the website, things about material culture, things about stories about Brunei, things which I thought people will find useful and interesting. And over time we got picked up. The Mohibah magazine folks called me and said, can you do an article for us? So I did one for them. Other magazines started as well. So, and surprisingly, it was quite lucrative. I didn't realize that. That's one of the things I realized, that history can actually make you money. Brunei Times asked me to do a column in 2007. I write almost every week for them. I think I have about 300 articles with Brunei Times. And at the moment, it is still the longest running column in the Brunei Times. So my golden legacy, every Sunday, please, tomorrow, buy a newspaper. And also I've managed, what I've been able to do as well, since I've written so many articles, I managed to compile them into book forms. So far I've had 3 books, there are 5 here, 2 are actually republished, and hopefully I should get another one out in June. I have about 4 more in my computer, so that's a lot of books. What I want to do today actually is to convince all of you to come with me on this journey of collecting material culture, our heritage, our history. And it is not very difficult. You can just start off with just postcards, stamps. And pretty soon it's anything. These are marks which were given out during the coronation in 1968. You can still get them, you can still buy them, but you can collect from whatever events that you have now. And it will become historical. After 1 year, it will be historical. Don't have to wait for so long. Money, who remembers? This was our first currency in 1967. Before that, we were using the British currency. It wasn't that long ago. For me, it wasn't that long ago, I'm sure. I don't know about for you. But it wasn't that long ago. And imagine how many currencies we've had since this was given out. And these are some of the things which, I brought some along here. But if you look at them, you'll find them interesting. Culture is when you start looking at an item, you start looking at how the workmanship is done, how things are kept, and you will find them fascinating. You realize that the things that people have to undergo. And these are some, again, simpler things which you can exactly get. These are books. These are just reports done by the British, 1940, after the Second World War, the 47, 48, and 50. But there are other things like this which you can easily find. Go to your parents' house, I'm sure there are lots of things in the cupboard. Again, these are just wedding gifts. Wedding gifts, if you keep them nicely, they will look like this. And, well, of course, obviously, these are royal wedding gifts, so, it looks slightly different from what you get tomorrow, if you attend any weddings. But they can be historical, they can be heritage. And these are some of the things which I collected. These are all collected from the Brunei River. These are people dive into the Brunei River, collect them and sell them to me. These are all the Chinese items which have been found in Brunei. Some of them dating back to more than 1,000 years old. So these are many things actually we don't really know exist. And nobody knew that Brunei used to be the greatest maker of cannons in the region. If you talk about cannons, it will be a Brunei cannon. You cannot even find a Malaysian cannon which look as good as a Brunei cannon, believe me. We were the center of making cannons. So that is what people don't know. If you start looking at some of the items, the detail that the artisans went through, the work they did, just to show this little flower with all those with all those stripes and everything. You know how long it takes to make one of this? And we don't appreciate this. And I wish, no doubt. This is interesting. Most pots had the word Selamat Pakai, which means happy usage. Now, I don't know what went through the mind of the people who did, but it must be a happy life just to see a selamat pakai. Yes, I'm happy to use this. That is something that I want to show. And of course, all our items have got influence. This is influenced by the Chinese, obviously. If you look at the dragon, if you look at... I wanted to show something much more detailed than this, but, it's just not enough space. But this is good enough. But, there's a lot of things that you can see. And this one is interesting. Look at how hard it is trying to do metal jawi. But this is what people did. This is what people did in those days. This is something, But what I wanted to share with you was collecting history, collecting material culture can be useful for the nation. The next item I'm going to show you actually is from the Zhao dynasty. This is 2,500 years old. It was found in Brunei River. Someone found it, someone sold it to me. I looked at it and I knew immediately that this should not be kept by any single person. This is worth about $100,000 in Hong Kong, in the Sotheby's market. I've decided not to keep it for two reasons. One, is too priceless. Secondly, this is the first item which shows that the Brunei relationship with China is actually extending more than 1,600 years old. So this is a national heritage. So, having said that, I hope that you'll find the journey exciting. I hope that the next time I see you, you will also be collecting some of these items and help me, help the nation, building up our heritage. Our heritage, telling one story and collecting one item at a time. Thank you so much.